Oh god, gonna need the vodka for this one. Bloodshot follows the story of Ray Garris, who's a former Marine who was killed in action alongside his wife, who's brought back to life with superpowers by a secret organisation that wants to help him in his aid to try and track down the man responsible for killing his wife. I could say more about this movie, but I imagine that if you guys have seen the trailers for this film, you probably already know way too much about this film, so I won't dwell into anything else. Now, fun thing for this movie, I did not see a single trailer when I went in for this, at all. I literally knew nothing about this movie going into it, other than people coming out telling me that it was absolutely atrocious. And whenever Vin Diesel is in an atrocious movie, I'm one of those people that thinks to themselves, alright, let's see how bad it is. And I'm tense and nervous and I can't relax. I can't sleep 'cause my bed's on fire. This genuinely might be one of the worst movies I have seen in recent memory. At the same time, it is also one of the most unapologetically entertaining and so bad it's good movies I've seen in recent time. Oh my god, I don't even know where to start with this film. I'll give one piece of praise to this movie. What they were able to achieve visually, considering the budget they had for this film, is pretty good. And the film does have very good cinematography in it as well. Other than that, everything else about this movie is straight up shit. Vin Diesel. I love this guy as a person. He clearly is a guy who really cares about his films, and he really cares about wanting to make them as good as they can be.
I swear I will find you and end you.
He is terrible in this movie. There are so many scenes where he is trying to act and it's just not working. He seems to have this weird thing where he thinks acting is yelling way louder than he usually does. He considers that to be proper acting, and it's not. There's one scene in particular towards the third act of this movie. I had to pause the film because I was laughing that much at his dramatic acting. It was absolutely atrocious. In fact, pretty much all the characters in this movie are cliches. The good guys and the bad guys are so black and white and clear and obvious that it's honestly a little bit of a parody at times. You'd think a film like this would at least attempt, sort of, to have nuance and have shades of grey, but nope. And the plot twists in this movie are so predictable. Even as someone like myself who had not seen a single trailer, I instantly knew what the plot twist was going to be, and when it happened I was like, oh shit. It must have been really boring for the people who saw this trailer for the first half of the film. Genuinely, if you have seen this trailer, you have seen the first 2/3 of this movie. This is probably one of the worst scripts for a superhero movie, because technically this is a superhero film, believe it or not everyone. But this script is terrible. The dialogue is atrocious, and so many actors are just wasted in this. The big one for me being Guy Pearce. This guy is way better than this film. He doesn't deserve to be in a movie this bad. And I feel sorry for this guy now, because he's been placed into two really subpar roles in superhero movies. The first one being Killian in Iron Man 3, which he was completely wasted in. And in here, he just plays such a by-the-numbers character. Again, I won't say any more about his character, but if you've watched the trailer, you'll pretty much have a very good idea of what his character is going to be like in the movie, and he is exactly like that. He's such a paper-thin cutout character, and the people around him are just mustache-twirling villains. They try to ham up their performances, but they just come off as so terrible. Even when you have a woman as beautiful as Eliza Gonzalez in this movie, and trust me, she's a beautiful woman, but her dialogue in this film, again, is awful. It is truly terrible. I struggle to fathom why an actor would look at this script and think, oh yes, this is the movie I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of this movie, because there is nothing, absolutely nothing about this script. The direction as well is all over the place. This is a first-time director of feature films, and you can clearly tell, because there is no sense of direction or uniqueness about this film. The only thing that was unique is the fact that half of the movie is taken up by slow-mo, and I'm not even kidding. You watch this movie, every action sequence, slow motion, slow motion, slow motion. It honestly got insufferable by the end. If you want to see slow motion done right, just watch Dredd from 2012. That's the best movie in terms of using action combined with slow motion. It's brilliant how that film uses it. This film takes the wrong approach and overuses it to shit. The visuals of this movie as well, while cinematography-wise, the film looks brilliant. Some of the CGI, holy fuck. You have probably seen the scene from the trailer where Vin Diesel is fighting some guys, he's falling down a building. If you thought that looks bad in the trailer, don't worry, it looks even worse when you watch it. They haven't polished that up in post-production at all. It looks just as bad, and it is honestly comical. The fight sequences, they're just so uninspiring, and because of the fact that this movie is PG-13, there are so many cuts in the action sequences that, again, my eyes were bleeding. This genuinely felt like a movie from the mid-2000s, kind of like the Olivier Megaton Taken 2, that kind of action where it's so quick cut, combined with crappy CGI. It's the worst possible kind of action you could create. Again, I struggle to fathom how someone thought that this was actually a good idea. They thought, yeah, let's do this. It's honestly atrocious. This movie literally just is a PG-13 mind control version of RoboCop. Except RoboCop is actually a good movie, and because it's R-rated, it does not have to hold back at all. This movie is just awful. But again, I must stress out, I had a good time with this film because it was just so awful. It was amazing. Like I said, the CGI just made me laugh at times. The acting made me laugh. The fight sequences made me laugh. I would not pay £15 to buy this movie on digital. Just only see it if you can rent it for a short time, if you can get it for a really cheap price. I'm going to give it the final rating of a 4 out of 10. It's not a good movie at all. The only thing that saves it is the so bad it's good factor, but even then, this film is a stinker. So thank you very much for watching my quick review of Bloodshot. Again, let me know what you thought about this movie in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for checking out the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss a single video from me. I will hope to see you all again next time.